100 bottles of beer on the wall, 100 bottles of beer. If one
That's me, Dane Reid, the voiceover guy, heading to Charlotte, North Carolina, to speak to Gabrielle Nistico, the voiceover vixen. Gabby is known for being brutally honest as a voiceover coach, which kinda intimidates me a little bit. But I'm heading to see her anyway. Check me out.
So Gabby is an expert in everything voiceover. I did a session with her over at Voiceover City 2 or 3 months ago, and I was just amazed by how much information she had. Like, the normal voice talent would have information on one area of voiceover, and they'll give you some background on themselves, and they've worked in a specialized area. It seems that Gabby has worked in everything. And so she's the perfect person for me to ask a bunch of questions for newbies, intermediates, and even advanced voiceover talent.
Sure.
So I want to get right into it. I got this, and I want to read it to you.
Okay.
And I want you to share your thoughts about this. Hi, Dane. I'm one of Blank's friends from college. She gave me your name because of a status I posted. Many people tell me that I have a voice that should be in radio, doing voiceovers, or broadcasting. She mentioned that you do voiceovers and that maybe we could connect and you could give me some guidance. What do you think? So I actually told her that I was going to be meeting with you.
Okay.
And you'd be more of an authority because if I get asked this question 100 times, you probably get asked this question 1,000 times.
Yeah, that's about right. Okay. Every single week I field these kinds of calls, and typically it starts with a process where I have to tell people that the first thing they have to realize is that most folks that they talk to have really great intentions and mean well, but unless they are getting this information from someone who is in voiceover, who is in audio production, who is in radio broadcasting, whatever the case might be, they're probably not really being given accurate information.
Okay.
The way I liken this is the modeling world and the modeling community. It's kind of a fun little quirk. Typically, models in person, face to face, are not what you'd consider classically beautiful people. They're interesting looking, they're different looking, but they're not necessarily pretty. So when people walk up to someone who's really, really attractive and really pretty and say, you should be a model, that may not be accurate. And so it's kind of the same thing. Unfortunately, when someone's just basing that on your normal everyday speaking voice, they're not basing it on your acting abilities, your reading skills, your ability to sight read a script, your ability to interpret a script, and for that matter, what you do once you're behind a microphone. The two are completely different. So on my website, I have a whole section of articles and video just about this. And that I direct people to, and I say, go ahead, take a look, read through this stuff, watch the videos, because your first real goal is not to have someone say or confirm whether or not you're right for this career and whether or not you should do it. It's not about validation. It's about you learning enough of the basics to be able to say intelligently and in an educated fashion, do I have the passion for this? Do I have the drive for this? Do I understand what it takes to do it? And am I willing to do it?
Now, there's still somebody who heard everything that you said and said, I'm gonna be a voiceover talent. I don't care what Gabby says.
You know what?
So,
here's what I always
and
say to them.
they're determined that they're gonna skip that step and go to the next step.
Well, you will make an exorbitant amount of unnecessary mistakes to get to that point. And that is really 99.9% of what you do when you work with a coach and when you invest in your education. You are paying for someone else to tell you all the crap you should avoid doing so that you do not make those mistakes and so that you move forward faster. Because otherwise, it could take 5 or 10 years.
How did you get your start?
Oh, wow. I started, like a lot of broadcast folks, when I was really young. I started in radio when I was 14 years old.
Okay.
And worked in radio in the New York Metro, Long Island. My story is kind of a strange one. There was a writer's strike. And so I was getting all these really cool, really big auditions that I had never seen before. Well, I landed a couple of them and was still living at home with my folks and got some paychecks from these jobs. And I remember my dad leaning over my shoulder one day, looking at a check and going, yeah, how do you make more of that? And I went, that's an excellent question. I'm going to look into that and find out and get back to you.
So many radio professionals want to be voiceover talent, but within the voiceover world, people look at radio talents as, you're just an unnatural announcer. So how do you transition, or how did you transition from that point?
First, I got knocked down off my horse. The running joke, I got my ass kicked from one side of Manhattan back down the other.
Okay.
Everywhere I went. I mean, it was a 6-month adventure in literally having the ego drilled out of me, because I was realizing and learning, okay, I am out of my depths. This is not what I thought. And when I was walking into cattle calls with professional actors and I was inevitably doing the radio thing, yeah, it doesn't work.
Now I'm going to read something.
Okay.
Because I went to your website.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Here we go.
Voiceovervixen.com.
Oh, no.
Now, I've always believed that when you read, you give a piece of yourself. In the read, I mean, people want a natural read, so it's got to come from within.
Yes.
But when I went to your website, it said, crazy, bitchy, emotional, angry, over the top, feisty, whatever. In Vixen land, it's all the same thing.
Yep.
This is what I do best. And if your voiceover calls for these, you need this bitch.
It's true. It's
now,
true.
Where I'm from, nobody calls themselves a bitch. And if you call someone that, their older brother is going to come beat you up.
What did you say about my sister, huh? What did you say about her? No, it was on the website. I was just reading from the website.
Fortunately, I don't have any brothers, so you're okay in that regard.
Okay, I'm all right. But how much of that is you? Because I see a bubbly.
Not bubbly, no.
I
No.
I'm calling it wrong. Okay.
That's okay.
Okay. How much of that is you?
A good bit. A good bit. I have a very dark sense of humor. I tend to be a little bit twisted in the way I view things. For the people that know me well know how off color I can be and how unpolitically correct I can be.
Right.
And so I embrace that. One of the things that I learned early on in my exploration of finding myself in voiceover is that there was a lot of call, and still is a lot of call, for, in the female roles, mom and soccer mom, and a very specific feminine archetype that everyone's looking for. And I tried to be her. It doesn't work. It didn't work for me. And I felt like it was always very phony, and it was very uncomfortable, and it wasn't genuine. I always say that I have embraced my schizophrenia and my multiple personalities. And even around the office, at home, people know that when I talk about my voiceover work, I talk about my specific characters and these brands like they're people other than me.
Oh, wow.
Vixen. Vixen is literally referred to as just that. Vixen is Vixen. So when I'm interacting with people and they'll say, yeah, we wanted to have you look at this, I'll say, okay, it looks like a Vixen thing.
Gabby gave me so much information that I have to do a part 2. I'm sure you're not disappointed. If you really, really, really like this video, or if you just like it a little bit, please give it a thumbs up. And also subscribe to my page right here. I got a lot of questions to ask Gabby. If you can think of any questions that you think I should ask, leave it in the comments below. I'm Dane Reid, the voice guy, interviewing Gabrielle Nistico. And I'm gone. Just for now, though. Just for now.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I need one more thing.
Sure.
So I've been having this struggle with myself.
Okay.
And it's over the pronunciation of your last name.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. So first I had
What, did you take a poll?
no, I didn't take a poll. I didn't ask anyone else. I don't know. I don't know. I was practicing in the car.
Oh my God, that's so funny.